How's it going, everybody? My name is Jim, and welcome to FSD Driver. Today, we're driving through Lake Elmo, Minnesota at a Tesla service center in Lake Elmo, and look at these Cybertrucks. There are tons of them now. A few weeks ago, there was only about 3 of them on the lot, and now they are starting to get some inventory. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what is going on in the news. That's why I'm driving through this Tesla service center. So I would say about 2 weeks ago, I was here for a Tesla event, and this lot was completely full of Tesla Model Ys. Like every single parking spot was full of Tesla Model Ys, and people are buying them. Okay, so this lot is now becoming empty because people are buying these vehicles. Yes, there are still some on the lots. There are also the new refresh Model 3, which has been out for a year, if you can believe that. That's how fast time is going by. But there are cars still here, and the incentives are crazy on Teslas, but they are selling these vehicles. So with all the hatred in the news for the Elon stuff and the Tesla, I actually don't believe it. I think Tesla's doing fantastic still. They're obviously selling these cars. I see more and more Tesla Model Ys in my area every single month. It seems like there's tons of these. I mean, the other day I counted over 16 of them, and I only went on a 5-mile trip. And I was like, holy cow, like there are so many of these things everywhere. So, I mean, it wasn't like that a year ago. Now it seems like everybody has a Tesla everywhere. So, fantastic vehicle. I love them. In this drive, we are driving a Hardware 3. We are on FSD 12.6.4, and I wanted to go over a couple things here. I sped up the footage for you. This is a zero intervention drive, but there's 2 things that I've noticed with this actual stack or this version on Hardware 3. One, it is fantastic on the highway. I will give Tesla that. I have been having successful zero intervention drives on the highway. I can officially say this acts as a real human, especially on a nice blue sky, clear, sunny day like this. The car is fantastic. Now, I haven't driven much in the weather where it's been raining or cloudy out, but this has been a fantastic drive, and it's moving over and getting to where it needs to be. And if it's not allowed to move over, it will inch itself into a spot just like I would do as a human. One thing I wanted to mention here too is if you look at my speed, we are in hurry mode and we have an offset of 40%. So we can go over the speed limit here. That is my configuration with the car. That's why we're actually passing people. And so it's been fantastic. But I wanted to mention the negative with this version. The negative is the city streets, suburban streets, things like that. What is happening is the car over driving this version for a month, I've come to notice one thing. When the car goes to an intersection of any kind, it almost needs an assistant of another car in order to perform its task of going through that actual intersection. So this is what I mean. If I pull up to a 4-way stop sign and nobody is around, my car will stop, and then it will hesitate, and then it will stop, and then it will hesitate, and then it will stop over and over again. Until another car comes in, stops, looks at me funny because my car is just going back and forth, and then they take their turn, then my car will go. It's using them as an assistant, basically. And I've noticed this more and more because when I pull up to a 4-way stop sign and there's already other cars there, my car will stop, wait its turn, and then it will go, and there's no hesitancy whatsoever. So I've noticed that it's been happening a lot. So it also doesn't know how to keep its speed or maintain its speed on city streets. And it also tries to do a lot of obstacle avoidance, even though I shut that feature off on my car at low speed. So it's still driving 10 miles an hour in a 30. Don't know why. I have to step on the accelerator. So the city needs work on this version or the next version. The highway, fantastic, works fine. Now, there is one thing I wanted to bring up, and it is a question for everybody, if you can put this in the comments below. I've never had FSD redirect me to a faster path. And what I mean by that is I used to have a Garmin in my truck, and my truck would say, here's a live view of all the maps, and traffic is slow. And then what it would do is it would all of a sudden ding, and then it would say, take this exit ramp, go 2 blocks, get back onto the ramp. You'll avoid the accident and all this slow traffic. I've actually never had my Tesla say that before or redirect me with FSD. It usually just takes the path at the start of the destination, but even though we can see the red live traffic, it doesn't ever try to redirect to go faster. And so I wanted to know if anybody else has ever witnessed this, if your car's ever brought you on a different path because traffic has been slow. Leave it in the comments section below. I would love to hear. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good one. Peace.